Hakioi listeners, let's learn sumo. I'm Clayton. Welcome to the podcast. Don't forget to hit subscribe or join me at Insta or X, Twitter, at Let's Learn Sumo, where we will learn more about the unique Japanese sport of sumo wrestling. Each episode we'll learn new things about the sport, and I hope you can join me. We'll also cover some of the tournaments and what happens in each of those tournaments as we move along. You may have seen in movies or even the recent Netflix drama series Sanctuary, the sport of sumo wrestling. Now, it looks pretty brutal. It can be a bit mystifying with some of those rituals, but it is definitely exciting. So let's get underway. The object of sumo is to force your opponent out of the ring or make him touch the surface of that ring with any part of his body other than the soles of his feet. The rule is pretty simple and clear, but there's a tremendous depth of meaning to it. The sumo wrestlers, or rishiki, each belong to a training house, a baya, even a stable, and they work hard for years to rise in the ranks of sumo so they can appear at the grand sumo tournaments professionally. Now, if you've ever seen a full sumo bout, you'll notice there's a lot of ceremonies and rituals that play out each time, and these rituals all have a deeper meaning in sumo. Now, it's effectively based in the Japanese Shinto religion. What people don't always understand from outside Japan is that wrestlers aren't just professional athletes, and athletes they are, but they've devoted their lives to sumo, living it in every aspect. To rise to the top rank of sumo, or yokozuna, is to be truly sumo, and can only be achieved by winning, and winning a lot, and dominating sumo tournaments against all comers, but by being a living, breathing embodiment of everything there is about sumo. The wrestlers, or rishiki, they all look fat, don't they? But they are anything but unfit. Each of these wrestlers trains at least 6 hours every day in rigorous regimes, lower body strength, grip strength, balance, striking, and practice bouts all combined to make these men incredibly strong. And big they are. They carry weight up to and over 200 kilograms, and that takes a toll on their bodies. But it also gives them size advantage in the ring. Due to the large amounts of food they consume from a very early age in order to gain weight and bulk, most sumo wrestlers suffer from diabetes, heart disease, kidney and liver issues, and they dramatically shorten their life. Beer also features heavily in a lot of wrestlers' diets, but the staple food of sumo is a type of hot pot called chanko nabe, a mixture of meat and vegetables in a fairly calorie-rich stew. Now, sumo, the national sport of Japan, has rituals and history going back over 1,200 years, but the tournaments have really only been organised in the past 200 years. Today, you'll find sumo tournaments all over Japan, in schools and universities and amateur clubs, but the professional sumo compete in the Grand Sumo Tournament every 2 months, 6 times a year, in Tokyo, Osaka, Nagoya and Fukuoka in defined schedules. And they have practice tournaments in regional areas all over Japan. So that's the basics of sumo. If you want to learn something more about sumo, make a comment, send an email to letslearnsumo@gmail.com, and I'll try to get back to you in an upcoming episode. Next episode, we'll talk about how sumo works in Japan, rankings, tournaments, and all the atmosphere. Thanks for joining me. Hakioi.